Next week, 25 years since John Howard won the 1996 election. And John Howard, well, he was a Prime Minister with a vision. But now there's only two majority Liberal governments left in Australia. And it's not the federal government. It's the Berejiklian government in New South Wales and the Schrinner Council administration in Brisbane. There's no vision. There's no vision across too many of these state governments and indeed federal governments. In fact, Lord Mayor Schrinner's got more vision than any of them put together on so many things. No vision about where Australia is going to be a quarter century from now. Where are the dams? Where's the power? Where's the infrastructure for our regions? We talk about it a lot on this program. These days, too many politics seem enormously and easily distracted. Philosophically challenged. Debate, well, it's just ripped asunder. The broad church of the Liberals seems to have a lot of kneeler cushions stacked in the pews, particularly down the right-hand end, to try and push people a bit further towards the left. But unfortunately, on both sides of politics, the weak and the woke have really declared war on thinking outside of their predetermined square. John Howard certainly did encourage a variety of views, but it was the bureaucrats on tap, not on top. I don't think that's the case now. Now we've allowed international protocols to override policy settings which Australia actually needs. We're not governing for Australia, we're governing to make sure that world fora are happy with what we're doing. We've allowed people on both sides of politics who want to be liked by these elites instead of doing what we need to have done for the majority of us. Too many politicians duck, they weave, they compromise, they belittle the big things and they make big the little things. Now, politics is all about the achievable, it's all about doing, and sometimes compromise is a tool. But while John Howard campaigned and won on a very inclusive mantra for all of us in 1996, too many of us these days wonder why it seems that it's more about the elites, the rich, the famous, the inner city trendies. And we certainly saw this approach very evident throughout the COVID culture war of the past year. Scott Morrison has some work to do. It seems his radar is off. It seems we're governed by too much middle management of our decline as a nation. Now, Scott Morrison's way better than Anthony Albanese, but is this actually good enough? I believe the radar is very much so off in the Prime Minister's office and indeed amongst too many in his cabinet. A very large cabinet, 6 or 7 more people than John Howard ever had in his cabinet, a successful Prime Minister and one that still is struggling to be successful. Why on earth nobody gave Prime Minister Morrison a heads up about all these allegations of assaults is in itself a sad indictment of right now where we are at.